everybody? It's your girl Yavi Wasabi.
And the Kyanah Chanel.
And this is Beyond the Beauty. No expectations.
No opportunities.
Underestimation. And this is why we are the table. So in today's episode, we are talking about crown and class.
Ooh.
Okay? And that's something Kyanah know very, very well. So
Yes.
Kyanah, I want you to talk a little bit about that.
So basically, this episode is about me kind of juggling my junior year, going into my senior year, and holding an international title.
Yes. Okay, so I've held an international title, but you've also held one.
Yes.
But when you had George, you was going through school as well.
Mm-hmm.
And baby, let me tell you, that's something difficult. Going through school and having a crown.
Yes, it's definitely a new
Different.
field, especially for me, being 16.
Yeah.
You have your student athletes, all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
But outside of school, I'm a model,
Right.
and a title holder,
Right.
and still go to school.
Right.
So that's definitely a lot of pressure on me, but I'm learning how to manage that pressure, you know?
Right. Because for me personally, I just had to think about the crown and the title. I didn't have to think about school.
Right.
Because, I already graduated, and I was like, I'm going to take a year or two off before I go to college, give myself that break. So when I won the title, I had a lot of time to do more, like go out and help the community, talk a lot more about my platform and things of that nature. But, for you, it's different.
Yeah.
Because you have homework, you got to study, and at the same time, you also got to, go out and do community service because you are a title holder.
Exactly.
So, like, how was that like? Was that difficult?
It was, it was difficult. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't the easiest thing on earth, but it's not the hardest thing on earth.
Right.
You definitely have to plan out everything ahead of time. I would say make a schedule or make a list of everything that you have to do. If you know that you have pageant stuff on Saturday, put pageant stuff on Saturday. If you know you have pageant stuff on Sunday, put pageant stuff on Sunday. If you know you have modeling on Monday, put it on Monday. You have to be, everything needs to be very constructable,
right,
and very buildable. If you are not a very neat person or a tidy person, organized person, then your schedule is going to be all over the place. It's not going to have any type of structure. It's not going to have any type of organization to it.
Right.
And things can get messy. Things can get thrown all over the place. So what's the word I'm looking for?
What is the word? Bring it in there, y'all.
I can't. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't even say it. But just have some structure to your life.
Right. Because when you say organized, and I'm organized, but I'm not overly organized. Like, I tend to let things pile up, and then I end up being stressed out. But when it came to having my title and my crown, one thing I would say is being organized, especially as a crown and title holder, is very hard when you have a life. I'm sorry to say it like that, but when you have a life, it is very hard to, do both, because it's like I work one day or I work throughout the week. So I have to make time to go out and, help the homeless, or I have to take my time out to go out and, speak to schools and stuff like that. And for me personally, I know I just said it was easy, and it kind of was because I didn't have that school.
Right.
But at the same time, it was also hard because work, modeling, and then the things I had to do with the title. So having all of that, kind of coming in as one, was a little bit overwhelming.
Right.
Like, have you ever felt overwhelmed when you had your title?
Yes. It would be days that I would double book myself and not even know. This is what I mean by saying have a schedule, be organized. I double booked myself within the same day.
Oh,
early in the morning, it was pageant stuff. Later that day, it was modeling stuff.
Yeah.
And I was so overwhelmed and overworked that next day I literally got sick because of how much I was doing within that one day.
Now let's talk about that. Being overworked, especially when it comes to pageants and modeling, it is very exhausting, especially at a young age, because once again, we all got to remember, y'all, Kyanah's in school, y'all, okay?
Yeah.
So she has school, she has pageantry, she has modeling, she has work. I only got 3 of those things, okay? I ain't got to go to school. So being overworked and overbooking yourself, I'm pretty sure that is stressful.
It is.
Especially overbooking yourself. That is something we never want to do. But when you have so much going on and so much things coming at you at once, you tend to overbook. How does that work throughout your life as far as overbooking yourself and being, overwhelmed with overbooking yourself?
I have to learn to be very adaptable.
Right.
When things don't go right, let's shift my gears. Calm down, breathe down. It's gonna be okay. But change how the ending could go.
Yes.
Be able to work with one another, especially if you're working in a group setting. Or if it's just you and somebody else, be able to work with one another. Because if I'm already stressed and you're yelling to me about something that I got at 6 o'clock, you just adding on to my anger and my stress that I already have. So be able to work as a team if you are working with somebody. If you're just working by yourself, be able to focus, stay on task. What's the word when you keep pushing stuff off?
I just said it the other day to my boyfriend.
Literally no
procrastinating.
Yes.
Procrastinating.
Don't procrastinate if you know you have something to do that same day or the next day.
Yes. And I'm glad that you're saying that because that's all I do. I procrastinate. I really do, y'all. Like,
it's such a bad habit to have.
It is such a bad habit, but it's like, y'all, I just be like, listen, I do so much that I'm like, okay. For instance, I had to go to a wedding last month, okay? And I told myself a month beforehand that I was going to pack. I told my boyfriend, I'm like, okay, I got to get to packing. He like, it's a month before the wedding. Why are you packing so early? I'm like, because you know me. You know, it could be 2 days or a day before we got to leave, and I'm over there scrambling and da-da-da-da. And I told myself, Yavi, pack. Yavi, pack. Do you know I didn't pack until like 2 days before the wedding?
That's how it be.
But you know what? I didn't leave anything behind. So
that's good.
Mean, that's good. I usually do.
That's better than me because I be leaving stuff at home and I be 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours away.
But I want to touch on the subject of adapting, especially when it comes to the modeling in school and pageantry, because that's a lot of things people don't know how to do is adapt.
Right.
When you throw things at them, they get overwhelmed and they explode and they can't take it, okay? I am one of them. I used to be one of those people where it was hard for me to adapt, even when it came to moving to another school. It was hard for me to adapt because it's like, okay, I got to meet new teachers, new students. Are they gonna like me? So adapting for me was really hard. Now it's easy. I could adapt to anything. Throw it at me. I got you. How does it, feel for you to adapt, or how did it feel to adapt to, new things?
It definitely took some time trying to adapt. When I was maybe about 12 or 13, it was way harder because I wasn't at that mindset of adaptability.
Right.
But as I got older and the more opportunities I had and the more bookings I had and the more stuff that I had to do, I was learning where to set things and how to move around things.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a show and I'm changing for one model, one designer, and then somebody comes tells me, oh, you're not supposed to be in that designer.
Right.
I got to think fast.
Yeah.
Okay, hurry up and get out of this, get into that. So it's definitely, you got to think fast.
Yeah.
You got to be on your feet about stuff. You can't just be like a deer in headlights.
Right.
I'm still learning to try to adapt and compromise with stuff. it's not as hard as it was when I was older. I meant younger though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would say I definitely do agree. But I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the backstaging especially if you tell me, hey, Yavi, get in this outfit and I'm actually supposed to be in another outfit and then I gotta do another quick, baby, I get overstimulated so quick. I'm sorry. The overstimulation kicks in so fast because I'm like, okay, what if I miss this part? You know, and I'm the type of person where I like to get everything done. Okay, if I'm walking for 4 people, I like to get the 4 people out of the way. I don't want to miss anything. So if somebody's telling me, "Oh, Yavi, you're not supposed to be in that outfit. Get in this outfit," I'm not gonna lie, my brain is on full panic mode. If y'all seen Inside Out, where the people in the head was
yes,
yeah, that's how my mind
I feel.
That is how my mind is, and I'm like, oh, I just can't. How do you feel when you are overstimulated? Because being overstimulated, y'all, it's a lot.
Oh, honestly, I be having to walk away.
Yeah.
I gotta go take a breath because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong thing. I be having to go walk away. Give me 5 minutes to myself real quick, and I'll be back. But if it's still overstimulated when I get back, I just be having to push through it.
Yeah, I definitely agree because even in school, like the smallest things in school used to overstimulate me. I remember one day walking in class and all of a sudden my math teacher talking about something. Oh, we got a test today. Where did this test come from? You just woke up one day and said we're doing a test. When I tell you, I was so overstimulated. I'm like, what do you mean? Like today is not the day to be saying it's test time. I just cannot. And with you still being in school, and like I said, and with you still, you know, doing modeling, working, pageantry, how don't you get overstimulated as bad? Because I would be overstimulated. I would have to knock off something. I really would.
Breathe and take my time. What really helps me is putting my headphones on and listening to music.
Oh yes.
That's definitely something that will calm me down real quick. Is putting my headphones on, blocking out the extra noise, and putting some music on.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a key factor to being in your happy spot or happy place. It brings like a better type of energy.
Yeah.
When you're surrounded or when you're by yourself. It kind of helps me like calm down and stop worrying about the extra or everything that's around me. I would say that's definitely something that has helped me over time. What about you?
I would say I would definitely agree. One thing that I always, if you know me, you know I keep a pair of headphones on me at all times. My headphones will never be left behind. I do not care. I need my music, okay? Music helps me when I am feeling down, when I am feeling upset, when I am feeling overstimulated. It just soothes me, okay? And a lot of people, like my mother, she doesn't like it. She said, you shouldn't have headphones on in the car. Well, you know, when somebody has a mother like you, which I'm very grateful I have a mother like her, but if you know my mother, you know she is all business and no games, okay?
Ooh,
she get on me quick, fast.
She don't play at all.
Listen, Mama Bear Management do not play, okay? So I'm like, yes, because it's like you're stressing me before we even get there.
Talking about stuff that has nothing to do with today.
Nothing to do with today. Like, can we at least focus on what is happening today? I kid you not. She pulled that on me on the way here, and I'm like, ma'am, you know I got this podcast. Come on now. Do not do this to me right now. But yeah, I'm sorry. Just headphones, I just have to have with me 24/7, and that's really it. But let's talk about. Even though they not gonna like us talking about them, let's talk about Mama Bear Management, okay?
Ooh,
I don't even know who should start first, cause
that's a crazy duo.
That's
my grandma and her mom together. Man, how did that even happen?
To be honest, I don't even know. I do know, but I don't know because I remember it's when we did Shaniqua's show together. I forgot what building we was at.
I think it was her building. That's the first time I met you. Yes,
it was at her building. We did the show together, and my mother, after the show was done, she was like, "I met this nice lady, and she was talking about how her granddaughter was modeling too." And I was like, "Oh, you know, that's really cool. You know, you met somebody new, great." I did not think they was gonna get us close. I don't even know when exactly they got that close.
Either.
Like,
oh my gosh!
I'm gonna ask
It definitely
after
came
this.
out of the blue. I'm not gonna lie.
It came out of the blue, and ever since they have just been a thorn in my side. Okay, just pick.
Two
pick,
Tasmanian
pick.
devils, quite
Two.
literally.
Two.
They're quite literally always on our heels about something. Let it be a nail missing, a hair out of place, we're not in the right outfit, we don't got the shoes that they want us to have on.
We say the wrong thing. They are on our tops, and I'm like, why? Okay?
We just here to model.
We just here to model and work.
Matter of fact, let me see you get in that garment and put on the wrong shoes or have the wrong hair out of place or some. It's just, you can't do it. Like, be patient with us.
Please be patient, okay? We still young. We mess up, all right? And I get it. We don't listen to y'all. Allegedly. We don't listen to y'all. But it's like,
we always got an attitude.
We always got an attitude. And it's like, do y'all not see who we working with? I mean,
do you not see all these people that are around us? Do you not see that we gotta work with 50 other models? Some that are just beginners.
Just beginners. Like, give us some grace, cause I give my mother grace. Okay, y'all should see the way she
Speaking of grace, how do you handle trying to be classy and keep a positive mindset with everything that goes on?
Honestly, it's hard. It's not hard. It's hard. I'm gonna stop lying. It is hard keeping a positive mindset when there is a lot going on, because it's like, for instance, if I was helping produce a show, okay, not only do I have my mother on my back talking about you should model too, and it's like, I can't model and produce. It's too much, because then I have you asking me questions, I have models asking me questions, I have co-producer asking me questions, I got designer asking me questions, and it's like, y'all throwing a lot at me for me being this young, okay? I'm still young, y'all. I know I say I'm old a lot, but I'm still young, okay? I am. And it's a lot to handle when you have all this stuff getting thrown at me. But the best way I try to stay positive is, like I said, I resort back to music. Every time before I go somewhere, I have my headphones on a car ride. I blast my music. I just, become one with myself before I walk into the building, okay? Because if I don't become one with myself before I walk into this building, y'all gonna see a nasty side of Yavi Wasabi, okay? A terrible side, okay? So, yeah, that's one of the best ways, I just find grace in music. Music always have my heart. But what about you, Kyanah? Where do you find grace at? How do you do it?
I would say there's definitely two sides to me.
Right.
My inner ego.
There's always two sides to people.
Everybody knows me as Kyanah Chanel.
Period.
That's my inner ego. But I'm just Kyanah, Yeah. So that Kyanah Chanel, she holds so much, like a title to her. Like, that name speaks volume.
It holds weight. So
when I walk around, I always make sure I try to leave the best impression on everybody.
Yeah.
'Cause you never know who you're gonna meet. So I'm always making sure I'm very respectful to everyone.
Right.
Speaking to everyone. Putting my best foot forward. And not trying to cut my side of the string short.
Yeah.
But with Kyanah, it's just like, I'd rather go home, kick my feet up, and watch TV, and just be me, be a kid.
And it's crazy that you said that, because there are two sides of people. For instance, there's two sides of me. There's Yavi Wasabi, and then there's Yavi. Yavi is just the one. She's laid back. She just like to chill at home, watch anime, eat, all that. Yavi Wasabi is the one who goes out, pictures, talk, all of that. And I feel like people feel like we're just one person. People feel like we're Yavi Wasabi and Kyanah Chanel. They feel like there's no in between, or there's no other side of us.
Exactly.
And I feel like, no, like, models have, even actresses have other sides of them.
Like Beyonce.
Exactly.
There's Beyonce, and then there's Sasha Fierce. There's Megan Thee Stallion, and then Tina Snow.
Come on now.
like, there's two sides to everybody. There's not just one side. Everybody has an alter ego. And I feel like people need to find that alter ego.
Exactly. Because it's like, as much as I love Yavi, as much as I love being myself, I can't get anywhere with being Yavi.
Right.
Yavi is the shy one. She's the quiet one. She's the behind the scenes. Yavi Wasabi is the one that comes out, that talks. And I feel like if I would have never found Yavi Wasabi, I wouldn't even be, like I said, anywhere in life. Because I would be so shy to say anything. So I feel like everybody needs an alter ego. And if you don't got one, find one. Please. Immediately, please.
Yes.
But how do you feel about that whole situation of, you know, you being Kyanah Chanel and then you being Kyanah?
I always feel like I know when to turn it off and then turn it on.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I turn on Kyanah. When I walk out those house doors, it's Kyanah Chanel from there on out until I get back home.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people know me by in the modeling industry.
Yeah.
And then at school, they know me as Kyanah Chanel. But they really know me as the model. That's why I go around. That's my nickname at school, is the model.
Oh, period. Now, that's a good name to have in school.
I know, right? They be like, what's that one girl? The model. They be like, oh, yeah, I know who you talking about. The model is me. So that's what I either go around as the model or Kyanah Chanel. But either way, I know who they're talking about.
Period. So now, let's talk about teenagers. Okay? And I'm only bringing this up because I feel like teenagers today have no ambition.
They've evolved.
They definitely evolved. And not in a good way, but they evolved.
They've evolved in a
way. And what I've seen now, especially in teenagers, is they have no ambition. And I hate to say it, I don't really see teenagers going out and saying, "Oh, I want to start a business. Ooh, I want to do this and that." It's just either they out, you know, doing bad things, or they out being fast. And I hate to say it like that, but it is true.
It's definitely the truth. I feel like, and even if they do go out in public and do other things, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's either doing sports, they're either doing hair or nails, or they probably got like a 5-hour job or a 9 to 5, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's like, what can you do? I get it. You know, you have a job, you work, but where's that extra oomph? Where's the hobby at?
Right.
Where does it come in at? Because it's like,
how are you different?
Exactly. Everybody, and I hate to say it, yes, you have to start off with a 9 to 5, but it's like, do you really want to stay in that 9 to 5?
Exactly. Because I know I don't. Because I already told myself, I'm not working at McDonald's. No shade to the people that work at McDonald's, though.
Not.
But I don't want to work at McDonald's. I don't want to have a 9 to 5. I don't want to work for somebody else.
Exactly.
I want to work for me. I want people to work under me. When they ask, who do you work for? I want them to say, oh, I work for Kyanah Chanel.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like the sound of that.
It just sounds so good.
Exactly.
And I just feel like you said, the way kids evolve nowadays and teenagers evolve nowadays is so different.
It is.
Like, every time I get on the internet, I just shake my head. Sometimes, you know, it's a good shake. It's like a yes, and then most of the time it's like, this is so heartbreaking. Because one thing you see a lot on Facebook is kids passing away and kids dying, and
especially at such a young age.
Yes, and it's like this child, this kid, this teenager
that hasn't even started their life yet,
is gone because of ignorance. And that's one thing that teenagers have, especially nowadays, is a lot of ignorance, especially when it comes to the elders. But Kyanah, you're 16. You know more about the teenage, you know, life than I do. So tell me a little bit about it, especially, you know, since you go to school and stuff like that. Tell me about it.
So I think it's really because they have nothing to do at home.
Right.
They're not keeping themselves busy.
Right.
They're not doing anything productive.
Right.
Barely going to school.
Oof.
I think it could be because they're losing motivation.
Yeah.
I feel like motivation definitely plays a huge part in teenagers nowadays.
So hold that thought. Why do you think they're losing motivation? Is because maybe not attention at home, or is it just?
I definitely think attention at home is definitely one of the main reasons. Because everybody doesn't have both parent figures.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have a father figure. Everybody doesn't have a mother figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the absence of either or both could be very effective, especially mentally.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. That is coming from somebody who has had one parent figure throughout dang near her entire life. It definitely can take effect on the mental. For me speaking personally, even like I said, even with both parents in the household, there was always that one parent that just didn't feel like they were there.
Right.
Even though you're physically here, it's like you're not mentally here, you're not helping, you're not supporting. And even situations like that can cause a kid's or a teenager's mental to go down.
Exactly.
One thing I've noticed, especially recently with teenagers, is like we said, they seem unmotivated, you know, but they also seem like they have to prove something, especially when it comes to the boys. Yes.
I think that definitely plays another part, is being peer pressured.
Yeah.
Especially, I would say, young girls.
Oh, yeah.
Being peer pressured into doing stuff that they don't want to do. And then males being peer pressured to go out and hang out and do this, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So about peer pressure, have you ever experienced that? I have. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't affect me. I'm sorry. I'm really good at saying no and I don't want to. But have you ever been peer pressured to where you feel like you had to say yes?
No, not really. When I say no, no is no. And no means no. Yeah. Don't ask me why you don't want it. No means no. And no.
Exactly.
If I don't want to do it, I don't have to.
Period.
But you're not going to tell me, it'll just be one time, or you're being scary, or no means no. And it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything.
Yeah, and I feel like teenagers now feel like they have to say yes to fit in.
To prove
whatever
who
point
they are.
Yeah. Whatever point you have to prove, they feel like they have to say yes. And that is when a downfall can start.
Exactly.
Because I have had friends that has, done or have been peer pressure into doing drugs, right? Me personally, like I said, no, I'll pass. But they felt so peer pressured into doing it that they said yes and went down the wrong path. Now they're drug addicts. And this is when I say no means no. It is okay to tell somebody no. Yes. It is okay to tell somebody you don't want to do it. If they feel like that makes you less cool, then that is not the friend for you.
It's definitely not.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel like if I tell you no and then you start calling me a lame or oh, that's so corny, or oh, come on, don't be like that, then you're not the friend for me, clearly.
Exactly.
Because you're not wishing me any good. How do you feel?
I definitely do agree with you on that. You don't have to be for everybody, and this goes back to us saying why we are the table.
Yes.
You don't have to be for everybody.
Exactly.
And everybody does not have to be for you.
No.
At the end of the day, you really only have yourself. Because who gonna be there for you like you are? If you don't believe in you, then no one's gonna believe in you. So that's why I say, be yourself, especially your authentic self. Don't hold up an act just because they got this going on, or they got this going on, or they're doing this, that, and the third. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Find who you are. Find out what you like. Find out what entertains you. And move on and push forward.
Exactly. Let's talk about the table. The table, okay? Because people need to understand that sometimes you need to make your own table.
Exactly.
Okay? You can't sit at everybody's table, and that is okay. That's why
we are the table.
This, and we are the table, okay? We realize that we cannot sit at everybody's table.
Especially about 2-3 years ago?
Yes, especially.
When both of us were teenagers?
Exactly. And during that time, there was no teenager table. It did not exist.
Kids or adults?
That's it.
Between those two, it wasn't no in the middle. It wasn't no you you have to be at the teenage table. No, it was either you're gonna be with the kids or you're gonna be with the adults.
Exactly.
And I was too young. I'm too old to be with the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm
way
too young to be with the adults.
Exactly. But one thing I also want to say is it is okay to make your own table.
Mm-hmm.
And it is okay if you start off the only one at your table.
Of course.
I mean, that's how it starts, you know? You don't need a group of people to make your own table, okay? But, you do need to find good people to have a nice table.
Yes.
Because one thing I will say now, even though I am of age now, I am 21,
Mm-hmm.
there are still some tables I don't sit at, and I will never sit at because we just are
Two different
people.
Mm-hmm.
Differently, we're just too different, okay? You like to party and take shots. I don't. Okay? And that's what sometimes people need to understand is I'm not that party girl, okay? But what about you? Because you are now in the position that I was in. Too old for kids, too young for the adults.
Yes.
How do it feel?
I really... It's not hard, but it's definitely not the easiest because a lot of the people that I hang around within the modeling industry is a lot older than me.
Right.
Way older. When I mean older, I'm talking about in late 20s to 30s.
Yeah.
What do I look like being with them grown adults?
Yeah.
But I feel like I have the mindset and mentality to be around, not hang,
but to be around.
But to be around them. You're not going to see me running around playing tag and screaming and yelling and doing all the extra stuff like the kids are. So that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah. I would definitely say going into this model, industry and, coming up, we definitely ran into some teenager models. Don't get us wrong.
Great ones that we're still friends with.
Come on, Teen Fashion Week was amazing, okay?
Yes.
But the sad part is it didn't last. Like, they would pop up and then they would disappear.
Yeah.
And that's and it's really sad to see because once again, all you see is grown adults. And we talking about 25 and up, okay?
Right.
And it's like, even now, as a 21-year-old, I still don't feel like I fit in with the adults because they are just too grown for me. And I know that's weird to say, yeah, if you're 21, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you're grown, right? But there's a different type of grown, okay? There's still a growing old and a old. And what I mean by that is, me personally, I'm still young at heart, okay? I really am. I still like the Disney Channels, shows, like going back and watching, Halloween Town and the Cheetah Girls and all. Yeah, I love it, okay? I really do. And then you have the grown that like to watch the 50 Shades of Grey and the Snowfall, and that's just not me. I don't fit into that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still young at heart. I really am. And with me being in that position, it's like I'm still choosing the young all the time, and it will never change. Okay, but let's talk about how does it feel again. Since we're talking about age, Miss 16, how does it feel being 16 and getting older? Because I'll tell you what, I'm stressing, y'all. I ain't ready to get older.
It's like life is becoming serious now. Let me sit up. I had to sit up for this one.
Now she had to sit up. We getting serious, y'all.
It's getting serious because it's like life is getting serious. Like, I'll be graduating next year.
Yeah.
And I'll be 18 next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a legal adult.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
But legally, I'm a big girl.
Yeah.
So,
getting girl.
I gotta be, you know.
If you hit a child, you're going to jail. I'm just saying, if you hit a child, you're going to jail. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like life is definitely getting more serious. I'm not gonna be that kid anymore.
Yeah.
The one that I was 3 years ago, the one I was 10 years ago. I know I'm gonna have way more responsibilities than I do now. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for what the future holds, but at the same time, I'm also scared.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm gonna be legal. That means I go to big girl jail.
Yeah. Not little girl jail, big girl jail.
Yeah, that's for real. That's literally. So it's like I'm trying to build a career that I don't have to worry about the scary parts of it, you know?
Yeah. And that's what it's really all about, especially in today's economy. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, once again, no disrespect to the people that work 9 to 5, but in today's economy, 9 to 5 ain't gonna get.
It's definitely not gonna cut it,
because baby, bills is high
overly,
and them checks do not be checking. Mm-mm. So me getting older, and I will be 22 this year.
Wow, y'all you getting up there?
I'm getting up there, y'all. Y'all don't even know.
You finna be pushing auntie status.
Now hold on, wait a minute. I already am an auntie, y'all. That's the funny part, but yeah, it's just what should I say? A surreal feeling, because it's like I blinked and I'm about to turn 22. Okay, I just feel like yesterday I was, a 14-year-old. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because my mother almost made me mad the other day. She sent me a video that she took of me on my 15th birthday. Aww. And she sent it to me, and I'm like, please don't do that. Like, that's just breaking my heart, because I'm getting older, y'all. I'm getting older now, y'all. That means responsibilities, bills, life, children.
Because life be life, man.
Child, life be life.
Life be overly life.
Sometimes in a good way, but most of the
time, don't let it be a bad way, because if it's a bad way, it's gonna take you through.
Yeah, there. Especially being an adult now, because it's like it's hard, man. That's all I can say. It's hard.
Is being 21 everything that you ever imagined? Like, when you were younger, how did you see 21 being for you?
Are we being real? Because I'm going to be honest. I'm about to be real honest. 21, when I was younger, this is how I imagined myself to be at 21. I imagined myself traveling, going overseas, buying a lot of stuff, being on a yacht, having money, a lot of money, like overwhelmingly a lot of money. Yes, I see myself there. And it's like being 21 now, it's like a lot have changed. And it's not even just, me getting older. Just in general, like, a lot has changed. The world has changed. The president we have now has changed a lot of things. So it's like, even if I was there and I had the money, there's still a lot of things that has changed that's not even possible for me to do anymore.
Right.
So, yes, it kind of,
shifted you?
Yeah, it definitely kind of shifted me. But I'm happy where I'm at now. I just want everybody to know I am definitely happy where I'm at now. I think it's just when I was younger, my dreams was a little too big.
You were being a little bit delusional?
A little bit delusional.
I get it.
But how do you see, right now as a 16-year-old, how do you see you being 21? Where do you see yourself being?
I'm going to give you two different perspectives.
Got you.
Right? So, not being realistic, like you said, traveling all over, having loads of money, lifeless time of money, being the most famous person on the earth. That's how I would see it.
Yeah.
But realistically, getting out of my delusions.
Yeah.
I do see myself, my career, let me say that, I see my career finally kicking off where I want it to be at,
Yeah.
Money-wise, it's going to be coming in, but it's not going to be coming in how my delusions think it's going to come in,
Yeah.
Being famous, I don't know about famous, but I feel like I will be very well known. Like, let's say the BET Awards.
Yeah.
I do feel like when I become 21, I'll be getting invited to those type of events,
Right.
Not like the Met Gala events and stuff like that, But definitely like the BET Awards and stuff like that, I do see myself being there in the next couple of years.
See, now my take on it, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want I don't want big of a fame. Okay, I want fame, but I don't want to be like the Beyonce.
I feel
don't
like
want to be like
Beyonce
the
fame is
Rihanna.
like
That's overwhelming.
it is. You gotta have I don't want a lot of security guards. Like I want maybe about one or two. I don't want to be followed everywhere.
Like I don't want
no
stalkers.
The weird stuff of mine being sold on eBay. That's just not the type of famous I want to be. Let's
talk about it. Let's talk about the fame we want, because it's like, I'm sorry, like I said, I don't want the Beyonce fame. It's too much. It's too much. Never any privacy. None of that. Give me the what type of fame do I want? What type of celebrity got some good fame that's not too much, but it's like perfect? I would say, even though he's been a little controversial, I'm gonna say Little Nas, only because people know him, but he's not like up there, and he still has the money.
I definitely think back in his prime.
Yeah, yes.
I think back in his prime would be a great way to put it.
Yes. That's definitely a great way to put it, because it's like, yes, you was there, but you wasn't over.
You wasn't over Beyonce up there.
Yeah. Respectfully, I can take that type of fame. But then once when you start getting to the Beyonce and Rihanna, that's when I'm like,
let me scale it back. Let me push back a little bit.
But it's like, once you already there, you can't pull back.
Exactly.
So what do I do? Where do I take this? How do you feel about the whole, let's just say, hypothetically, you become big. Kyanah Chanel. How would you think you would feel about that? Like an overnight sensation.
Like, oh gosh, you don't even know. Like, I've already, if I do end up getting that big, I've already told myself Chanel is going to sponsor every single event I have.
Ooh, period.
Because I'm Kyanah Chanel, and when they see that Chanel on the end of that name, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we need to sponsor her."
Yeah,
and she got a name for herself, and her name holds weight.
Yeah,
we gonna sponsor her. So that's my end goal right now, is for Chanel to sponsor me or give me something, pay me attention or something,
Period. See,
so that's what I'm working towards.
I'll say my end goal for this is to have a name for myself. I don't want too big of a name, because I don't want people all up in my business. Okay, I don't need to be on the next scandal. I don't want that, right? But when people see Yavi Wasabi, I want people to look at it and be like, that girl has inspired me to do better.
Especially little girls.
Especially little girls that look like us.
Exactly. That's what I'm really pushing for,
That is. And, like, when I have the chance to talk to little girls and they look at me and feel inspired, I feel happy.
Especially this going back to the pageantry stuff with going to talk to those little girls.
Yes, it's such a great experience. But because we are beyond the beauty, we're going to have to save that for next episode.
Oh, definitely.
Y'all going to have to watch next episode.
Y'all going to have to tune in.
Tune in, okay? So as we close this out, let's do it big, okay? Thank you for watching another episode of Beyond the Beauty. Once again, it is your host, Yavi Wasabi.
And the Kyanah Chanel.
And this is Beyond the Beauty. No expectations.
No opportunities.
Underestimation. And this is why we are the table. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And Kyanah, let's not forget the tip of the day.
The tip of today is always pray and keep everything in God's hands.